Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
All right. This morning, we're going to have a different prayer. I want you to lay hands on yourself, on your mind, on your forehead. And I want you to say, Father, open up my spiritual eyes.
Open up my spiritual eyes.
So I'll be able to see you.
So I'll be able to see you.
In every form.
In every form.
Give me the ability.
Give me the ability.
To implement. Your wisdom.
Your wisdom.
In Yeshua's name.
In Yeshua's name.
Amen.
Amen.
Now something that I want to make sure that you understand, and I heard this morning. Don't allow wisdom to become your dopamine. What is dopamine? Dopamine are messengers that is released when you, let's say, if you like chocolate, when you eat chocolate, whatever food you crave for, or sex, or anything that makes you feel good. Dopamine are the messengers, neurotransmitters that release when you get something that feels good. And don't allow wisdom to become your dopamine. Meaning that you feel good hearing it. Oh, that's good. I like that. Oh my God, great revelation. That's dopamine. So that releases, but you're supposed to use wisdom to implement it. It's supposed to open up your spiritual eyes to teach you how to live the wisdom. So don't allow wisdom to become your dopamine, like you just get caught up in the revelation, in the wisdom. You get caught up, that sounds so good. And once that sex is over with the wisdom, it's it. This is it. That's as far as you go. So be conscious of that. So this morning, I just wanted to just have a conversation with you. I'm going to sit first. I just want to have a conversation. Sometimes I have to sit down to control myself. Can you still see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome everybody on Facebook that's joining us this morning. And this is a wisdom that that I want to share with you this morning, that's going to cause you to think. And it's going to cause you to enter into a new place in your mind to see and to understand how to live life. It's going to cause you to make some adjustment in your life. It's going to cause you, it's a form of GPS that says make a U-turn.
Yes.
Stop, make a turn. And you got to be able to recognize that. Because a lot of us ignore that. Make a U-turn. What I need to make a U-turn for? I'm going further down. You have to be able to understand. You can't go through life without listening to your GPS that says make a U-turn. Because based on your decision, you passed the turn. And it's giving you another opportunity to go back to the turn. But you keep moving and you didn't listen to the instruction, make a U-turn. Because when they say make a left, make a right, you missed it. But you have another opportunity for making a U-turn. And sometimes we still miss it. So, wisdom sometimes come in a form for you to stop and say, let me make some adjustments. Not for you to and keep going. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You have to be able to recognize, you have to be able to recognize that the gift or the call that we have, where does it fit? Let me just start with an example. A doctor can be a doctor, a great doctor in a hospital. An attorney could be a great attorney at a firm. A hairdresser could be a great hairdresser at a hair shop, right? Now, the doctor could become a great physician, a great specialist in this particular hospital. He could win awards. He could literally become so great that they could name a wing after him. But he's still part of the hospital. Or he could choose to open up a clinic, open up a doctor's office. But these two things, or even the attorney, could open up his firm. Now, these two places have to have the capacity to do that. You could have the capacity as a doctor. You have the capacity as a doctor to work great in the hospital. But the doctor can allow his greatness to make him feel that he have the capacity to open up a clinic or a doctor's office. The attorney could be an awesome attorney. I mean, he win every court case. But he can't be fooled. His gift could fool him to make him feel that I could have my own firm. Because we don't understand it take a different capacity to own the firm, to own the hospital, or to own the clinic than to work in the hospital. Because now your gift have to be split from being that great doctor and owning the doctor's office. Am I going to work in the hospital where I am going to focus my gift in becoming great? Or am I going to take my gift and split it in becoming the owner and the doctor? Now, I can't be that great doctor because I'm going to focus on opening up my clinic, opening up my firm. Or, and this is going to have different, when you're listening to a cultivator and a motivator is two different things, because everything is split into pieces to be able to know what to do, right? Because again, I gotta tell you, I don't motivate nobody. I find you a motivator, but that's not me. Now, or the doctor could say, well, I'll just go ahead and just be a doctor and you start doing illegal stuff and helping people behind, the door, the clinic, the little nasty little clinic, and or you could be an attorney that's an ambulance chaser because you think you could be great and you walking around looking for people that wants to sue people, or the hairdresser could just start doing hair at the kitchen, or you could be at someone's shop and be great, or you could be at the hospital and be a great doctor. And then you don't have to be burdened and splitting your gift of owning a clinic. But do you have the capacity to do that? Or did your gift allow you to think or to believe that can happen? That you are so great, I could do that too. I could have a hospital. I could have a clinic. Now you miss the full measure of life. That this doctor could have become great and have a wing after his name because he worked for the hospital. But he decreased himself because he allowed himself to believe that this gift was created for him to have the capacity to have his own clinic. Please tell me you understand. So you have a lot of gifted people could have been great if they allowed himself to manifest the fullness of their gift in the hospital because they just assume that the hospital is going to limit me because the hospital have rules and regulation. If I have my own clinic, I can just do what I want to do. And you let your lack of principle, lack of order, to have your gift now to drive you to come out of the fullness that you could have had. Because your gift now have a voice. Child, you could do that yourself too. Child, you could have your own too. You see that?
Yes.
You don't have to be in this shop. You can start doing hair right here in this sink right here in your kitchen. Then you start sneaking to the customer to my child, I'm leaving. Just call me. I can do your hair right in my house. Or I can come to your house and do it. Because we don't understand the capacity we were created with. And then you become unsatisfied with your capacity. When the people, let's say, of Israel was praying for deliverance, God chose Moshe that had the capacity to bring them out. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Now, the gift and the call that you have, let's say the doctor, let's go back to the doctor. And since he was a child, he knew he wanted to be a doctor. He just saw patients and people, if you go to church, people prophesied and said, you a healer. Here comes the misinterpretation. Oh, I'm a healer. So now you're going to go into miracles and left your call, your gift as a doctor.
Wow.
Wow.
Because of misinterpretation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you notice, well, okay, let me stick to the doctor. So, even with the hairdresser, when you think about it, just the capacity of the hairdresser working for a particular shop, and you notice if y'all have never experienced it, a lot of hairdressers you go to, they start complaining about the shop. They start complaining about their rules and regulations. So that's why they want to own their own. Now, the thing is, in your mind, it should be that you're not trying to limit me, but I am giving you boundaries how to operate properly. And sometimes we mistranslate boundaries with limitation. And I've said this before, that we were born with boundaries, not limitation, but we could mistranslate the limitation. Now, the doctor could complain about, they don't do that, and I'm just going to open up my clinic so I can do my own thing. Don't mistranslate boundaries, order, when somebody's trying to stop you and limit your gift.
Wow.
You all understand that?
Yes.
It is easy to mistranslate that. It's very easy. Especially don't allow voices, because the same voice they tell my child, you can do your own, they're not going to come and support you. They just get you out and then leave. You be like, wait, y'all just got me out here in this ocean and y'all just left me? Well, I just heard the Lord say, you just supposed to swim out here. And you get off your boat, and then you out there by yourself, somebody help me, I'm drowning. So don't mistranslate boundaries with limitation. God is so much into this. All right. let's look at, let's go to the word. And this is something I want to tell you. As people of God, as believers, we have taken the book, the Bible, the book of life, I call it the book of life, the principles of life, and we've turned it to religion.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we're stuck at religious. You got to be with what God is saying. God is telling you how to. Why did He put you here and not in the spirit?
Yeah. That's true.
Obviously, He needs to teach you how to live life because He didn't create you to live in the spirit. But we'll make religion and spirit the ultimate thing. So forget about life. Let me just live in the spirit. And so we become religious. And it's always had a bad taste in my mouth. And that's what caused a lot of people not come to church, because they just can't understand this religion stuff. But actually, if we'll call it religion, you're supposed to be in it as a schoolmaster to teach you to create a foundation so you know how to live life. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to be in it forever. That's why people become bitter. That's why they become mad. That's why people start dramatizing stuff, starting in church, because they've been there too long. They don't know what else to do. Let's come up with something, man. Because we were told, just keep coming, and every week, and just keep coming. And then my question's always been, and then to do what? What's next? Everything I do have to have a reason why I do it. It's got to be a result that comes from it. I just don't want to just keep doing something, just keep, okay. I have to say the other side. It's a must. Then you have the other side that understand that and say, oh, then now my season changed. Okay, you're not finished being taught yet, and the season already changed. So you have both sides. You understand? Okay, let's go to Exodus 25th chapter. I want to show you something.
Which verse?
Is it 25? Yes. Okay.
Which verse?
Now, repeat again.
Which verse?
Starting with first verse. Well, yes. Start with first. I'll tell you this time.
Adonai said to Moshe, tell the people of Israel to take up a collection for me. Accept a contribution from anyone who wholeheartedly wants to give. The contribution you are to take from them is to consist of gold.
Now, stop. I want you to just write notes. The contribution that he said, now this is what I want you to ask them. And the reason I want to kill some bubbles, that when somebody asks for, well, I need you to give me $50 to give, well, I just, there's not, but you can't kill what God told somebody, God said to give. Because He told me, said, this is the contribution I need you to get. He didn't just say, just bring any contribution you have, just bring it to me. But we get that from, because of what people have said. So it changed the instruction because of the voice that coming from here to here. Mm-hmm. Instead of listening for the voice from here to here. You understand that, right?
Yes,
okay. No, He start giving them the instruction. I want you to go down to 8.
They said, they are to make me a sanctuary so that I may live among them.
But that's it. They ought to make me. I want you to circle that. They ought to make me. Well, I know y'all don't have your Bible, so just write it down. They are. Okay. Get this contribution. And then He said, now they. I want you to focus on they are. They are to make me. They. Right? 10. No, 9.
You are to make it according.
They are to make me. And then you are to make it according to. They're going to do the work. But I am telling you to do it this way. They are going to do the work. But I'm telling you, do it this way. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do the work. But where are you going to get your instruction from?
For you?
I'm using that as an example, right? So he said they ought to do the work, and then now I'm going to tell you what to do. That's the principle of God. A doctor, you're going to be a doctor. You can get prophecy and other stuff, and you, as a child, you always wanted to be a doctor. What's next? The doctor have to go to school for them to teach them how to be a doctor.
Right. Right.
God didn't come to his sleep tomorrow. Let me tell you how to do this surgery. So there's have to be the voice from the principle of God to tell you according to. Now, when a resident will go to the teacher, nah, that ain't right. That's not the way I saw it in my dreams now. You are not to hold the scalpel like that because I saw that in my dream. That's not the way you cut it. Do you see the principle, right? Right? Okay. Continue. 9. You ought to make it. And then 10 said.
10. They are to
Stop. 10. You ought to make it. Then he said, they ought to make it. And then 11 said.
You are to overlay it.
Stop. And then he continued on back and forth. Right? Then he started telling them what the pole's going to look like, what the ark going to look like. And 17 said,
you are to make a cover.
Stop. 18.
Ooh. You are to make 2.
Stop. 21.
You are to put the ark.
22.
There I will meet with you.
If the structure was not followed the way God had given you, then where you gonna meet him at? Because he's not gonna meet you in a place where he did not tell you how to instruct the place where I'm going to meet you. So if you keep adding and you keep taking and you keep adjusting, he's not gonna. You're going to miss the appointment. Again, we talked about if you didn't make that U-turn. Well, I could just find another way to meet that. You're going to miss the appointment. Because you didn't make that U-turn. When the GPS said, make a U-turn. I said, make a U-turn.
It will say that. Yeah.
Didn't I just tell you to make a U-turn? You could hear the frustration in there. Boy, there. Make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. Make a U-turn.
All right.
And then 23 said,
you are to make.
Stop. And then he continued all the way down and what to make. And then 31 said,
you are to make a
now, all of this, Moses is not the one doing the work. But he was saying you ought to make, meaning this is the instruction that you ought to give them to make it. But you're not doing the work. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he give them the instruction, give Moshe the instruction, you ought to make, but I'm not actually doing the work. You doing the work, I am to make. You doing the work, I am to make. You doing the work. There's no difference. You know what that's called in the business world?
Partnership.
Hey, who said that?
Glory.
See that? Lord have mercy. And that is what we're lack of.
Right.
We're solo. But there's not one business that has been successful
Without partnership.
solo. Again, that doctor clinic and that doctor in the back and the lawyer chase, the ambulance chaser, and that hairdresser in the kitchen refused to partner with a bigger thing. The hospital. You could have had a wing. Even a scientist doesn't work alone to research. They don't work alone, they have a team.
Yeah. Research.
I am to make, and you doing the work. I am to make, you doing the work. Do you see that, right? Now, let's go to... Now, here's my favorite part. This is 28.
Still in Exodus.
Exodus 28.
Verse 28. Make the poles.
No, not verse 28. Exodus chapter 28.
Chapter 28. Sorry. Which verse?
1. You ought to summon your brother, and then 2.
You are to summon your brother Aaron and his sons.
And then 2.
You are to make your brother Aaron.
Now you ought to make. He just told Moshe you ought to make, but Moshe is not going to make the garment.
Mm-hmm.
But he said you ought to make, right? And then he said 3.
Speak to all the craftsmen to whom I have given the spirit of wisdom.
You ought to make the garment. But then I have already given the wisdom on how to make the garment to these people over here. I've given them the spirit of wisdom not only to make it, but the spirit of wisdom to be able to follow the instruction that I gave you.
Ooh, that's so good.
Just chew on that for a minute.
That's so good.
Chew on it for a minute. No, I don't think they should go like that. No, I don't think the hymn go right here. No, the bell won't go over here. The bell go over there. No, the fruit. No, that's just too many. No. I've given them the spirit of... Oh, wait a minute. What did I say about wisdom? Wait. What was it? What did I say earlier about wisdom?
Don't let it become your dopamine.
What is it?
Don't let wisdom become your dopamine.
Oh, my goodness. I couldn't have done that better. I can't take the credit. I didn't know we were going to tie it over here. The wisdom is not just to make you feel good, it's to do what?
Make you follow instructions.
Oh my goodness. I just can't take the credit. That was good. That was so good. I've given them the spirit of wisdom, not only how to just to follow the instruction to make it. Now, can you imagine this particular craftsman decided to I'm gonna open up my own shop and just sell the priestly garment. just imagine that. Y'all want some priestly garment because I'm blessed with the gift and how to make the garment, and then they open up their little shop and you go to the shopping center and priestly garment for sale. Is that what God gave them the spirit of wisdom to do?
Mm-hmm.
But he gave them now they could dream about the garment. They could just see the garment walking up just like, oh yes. But still you're going to have the capacity to partner with Moshe. When he come to you to know, oh, that's what I'm called to do. That's where I am. That's the reason why you gave me that. But a lot of us did not have the opportunity to walk in the fullness measure of the gift because we decided to open up a mom and pop shop to sell the garment.
Garments and chicken.
Okay. What'd you say?
Garments and chicken.
Garment with chicken. You get what you buy a garment, you get a free leg.
Yeah, free leg, free thighs.
And what you said is not wrong because that's what keeps happening. That's why when you walk and you're like, what? Huh? Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Can you imagine even each person that he told him to go make, and then now you got a shop where I'm selling I always say what you said. The
garment in the thigh. Garment in the leg.
What is that? What is that? What is the proper word for it? Because I do not want to say that publicly. When somebody missaid the word, the thing that picked up the fire.
Oh, thong. Okay, you say
See, I didn't say it. She said it.
it ain't thong. It's
And then you go to another shop. They're selling the brazen laver. You go over here, then they're selling the altar of incense. And all of those pieces are in a different shop because you took what God gave you and not understood where you're supposed to thrive.
They belong together. Yeah.
Exactly. So now you limit yourself with your little shop. You don't want a partner. Why would I want a partner? Because you taking more percentage of what I have. So instead of me owning 49%, I'd rather own 0% of nothing. You see why we're not successful? So I'd rather do hair in the kitchen and get me a little bit of customer here and there. When I could have thrived at the shop and being the star of the hairdresser. When you come, you see me. You get upset because a company use you as the face of the company. Right, they just using me. Oh, and didn't you pray say use me? And even when you go to the hospital, y'all don't watch. I love watching the hospital, and you see they'll use one of the doctor faces as the face of the hospital, and they don't even own the hospital. How does that hurt you? So exactly what's wrong with us? See, they make you now search. What's wrong with me now? What's my problem? Ego. Because you let this little boy to my child, they using your face over there. You could have your face in your own building. Now, that's right. That's right, because that's what God told me. I could have put my face in my own building, your face right in front of your apartment. That's enough for you. That you want to go ahead and get your ad and put it at here's the difference. If you work for the firm could put your face at a bus that's passing by, but you at your little thing, your face will be like in the little stand right there at the bus stop, not the bus itself, but the bus stop. Yes. Because you an ambulance chaser.
It's so funny. That's good.
Or do you want your face to be at a hair show representing the company? Or do you want to pack to my child? You know, my cousin over there do hair over there at the kitchen. Go on 5B. Right there, she'll do your hair. Do you see the difference? So those little coins is all right. Instead of you excelling at a bigger place. It's being a small part of a bigger thing instead of being a big part of nothing. So you have to be able to understand the fullness of your capacity, what you are able to handle. Can you handle being the owner of a clinic and operate in the fullness of your gift as a doctor? And let somebody else worry about the building. Let somebody else worry about the hospital. You notice in the hospital, they have the committees. They have different people that's doing the work to make sure it runs while you excel in your gift. And the only thing you have to do is scrub in because you are one of the best surgeons that people will fly in for you to operate on them. Then now you have value even in the hospital to make more money because all you have to just scrub in and go do your work while the hospital do the other stuff. Use your name, your face, and just and have all the nurses and everybody that you need, or you could just command it. I need this, I need that. Instead of you at your clinic talking about, I came to because today I got to do advertising, I do marketing, I don't know, I'm good. So now you split, you can't even operate the fullness of your gift. I'm telling you some real good wisdom right now that I'm going to invoice y'all. $1,567 for this wisdom. Okay? This is some good stuff. Do you implement that? So we're lack of partnership. Oh, I'm gonna do one more wisdom. One more wisdom. Now, Malachi 3. You got it?
Malachi 3.
You got it? Malachi 3. Start with 9. 9 and 10. Malachi 3, 9 verse.
Starting with the 9th verse. A curse is on you, on your whole nation, because you robbed me.
I want to tell you this. A lot of people just get shivery when you hear the word curse. You curse. You curse. I'm going to tell you what they mean. Curse is, okay, if you turn on the faucet, you turn off the faucet, that's the word curse. Curse means you stop the flow. That's all it means. And you got a curse thing. And we just took the word religiously and we just ran. And you know, even the devil sitting there laughing at us. Oh my child, did you hear that? And they just having a good time, a party for us mistranslating stuff. It just means to cut off. You and what is God is saying when He said you are cursed when you rob me as a nation? Because why? What? Let me read 10. I'm gonna show you something.
Bring the whole tent into the storehouse, so that there will be food in my house, and put me to the test, says Adonai Tzbaoth. See if I won't open for you the floodgates of heaven and pour out for you a blessing far beyond your needs.
Another word, you rob me. Okay, don't go there. Okay. I can't go to my class every time. I just get up. Ooh, break. Okay. Because I was going to give it to you anyway. You robbed me because you went outside of my principle to get what I had for you in the first place. So we get excited with what God has for us. But we reject the principle how to get it. Because God showed me I'm supposed to be a millionaire. God showed me I'm supposed to have a lot of money. God showed me I'm supposed to have a husband. God showed me I'm supposed to have a wife. God showed me I'm supposed to have a child. God showed me all this stuff. And it's not, and a lot of us get bitter from God because well, why would He want me to have it? It's because you went outside of His principle. It's not that He don't want you to have it. You robbed me. Now the flow, meaning you're now going to get the fullness measure of what I created you to do because you did it outside of my principle. And then He start, this is the way I want you, this is the instruction. Bring tip to the house. That's why people keep talking about, you don't bring no tip. Now, where y'all get that from? All of a sudden now it's the wrong revelation, wrong calculation, or whatever. All of a sudden, the years go by, the instruction get,
distorted.
What's that word?
Distorted.
Distorted.
Watered down.
What?
Chopped and screwed.
People just bored. Don't get caught up with that. Now, He said, this is my principle. Bring 10 to the house where there's food. What did He say? Was this food for what?
So that there will be food in my house.
Right? So that's first. So there's food to feed my people, right? And then He said,
and put me to the test, says Adonai Tzbaoth. See if I won't open for you the floodgates of heaven.
Wait. I'm gonna see if I could do this. Oh, so without going to my class. Yeah.
Excellent job, Doctor.
The floodgate. I will pour you out what? Keep reading.
I will and pour out for you a blessing far beyond.
Stop. I will pour you out a blessing, a seed. If you do it according to my principle, instead of trying to rob me and going behind the clinic somewhere in 5B and go try to do your hair or in the back, talking about you see there's a doctor over here on the side. Okay, I watch TV because that's my schoolmaster. There's one show that I watched. This lady, she used to be a doctor in her country, but when she came to America, because she's not licensed, she is not allowed to be a doctor. Even though she's an awesome doctor, she was able to come up with something to save her son, but she had to end up in court, almost lost her son because she did it what? Illegally. It's not the form or the formula that's bad. It's the principle. It was another show. It was another doctor show that this lady was dying, and they created this thing that would to kill the bacteria. And then the doctors had to go to a meeting at FDA to get it approved to use her, right? To use it, and the FDA turned it down. He knew if he used it, he would lose his license. His father, who was dying, said, "No, I'll do it," and lady was saved. But FDA didn't approve it until after. They had to go through the process. But at the time, they couldn't afford to go through the process because she was dying. So the doctor that was dying anyway said, "Well, it's okay if I lose my license because I'm about to die." Right? Yeah. I cried. Girl, I cried to them because that thing just ripped my heart when it's just the last season. Because I was so attached to it, right? I've learned so much. Because every time they talk about the disease or something, I'll just go, and I'll just find out what is that. That's how I find out what is the fullness of my measure on this earth. It just totally turns me on, right? But it turning me on does not mean I'm going to go outside of God's principle. But I still have to follow his principle. Okay, just put a pin, but I'll be right back. One of the things that I was talking to, I became a member of National Speakers Association. I was talking to a lady and she was got passed. Why do you want to be a member? You've been doing this. I said, "No, ma'am. No. See, what I'm looking for is that I became the smartest person in my room, and that's dangerous. That's mean I have excelled my room. So now I want to partner with your room. I don't want to be the smartest one anymore, because if I enter your room, I'm no longer the smartest one. Now I'm here to learn." That's the same thing I've been teaching, that when you excel and you reach the maximum of 10, you don't start with 11, you start with 1. And she was just so fascinated. "You find too many people." I said, "Yeah, I know. That's not something that people." So now that I have maximized my room, now it's time for me to sit and learn in this room. You would. And if you don't, if your mind, if your if what you know and who you think you are become your dopamine, that's mean your brain automatically shut down from learning. Automatically, it just said, it shut the door. And you won't be able to learn, because now you're drunk and you're high with you. So you can sit down there, teach me. All your floodgate, all of that, there ain't no flood. All the gates shut down. And then there's a guard that standing and said, "Do not enter." And that's why the information said, pop, pop, boom, go back out. Every time information to learn, pop, poof, it go back out. Why can I retain it? Why can I remember it? Why can I do it? What's wrong with me? Because you have not given yourself permission for the gate to be open to learn. Because the dopamine again, with your gift, who you are, what God gave you, and you high. I'm great, I'm wonderful, mighty good God. And you just walk around, you just like, I know what God gave me. I know I'm just gonna be very careful. Be very careful. Be very careful. Okay, what was I? Going back. Okay, do you understand about the gate and the seed, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I got my ready to say here. I'm so happy about my, okay, y'all, my other hand is, I'm going to show you something else. I want to show you something else. Now, let me finish that part B. See that I won't have no room. Open up your floodgate and pour you out a blessing. Here's the other part. Read.
11. For your sakes, I will forbid the devourer.
No. The same sentence.
See, I will have for you the floodgates.
Yeah.
Okay, then and pour out for you a blessing far beyond your need.
Here's what I want you to underline. And pour out for you a seed, a blessing for you. And then it says,
far beyond your need.
Now in King James it said you don't have no room to receive, right? Right, which is just like I'm gonna bless you, you won't have no room to receive. I'm gonna bless you, you don't have no room to receive. I'm gonna bless you so much that you won't have no room to bless. But I'm gonna bless you beyond what?
Your needs.
What does that mean? I'm gonna pour you out a seed. God. Beyond your need. A seed. What does a seed have?
Fruit seed.
No. What does a seed have?
Potential.
What does a seed have?
Life, growth.
No. You say it all the time. I say it, you repeat it.
A seed.
A tree.
Yes. Every seed.
I'll pour you out a seed for you to cultivate to bring forth what? A tree. All right, that's my tree.
Oh my God.
And then the tree is what? And then the fruit is what?
More seeds.
I'm going to pour you out the seed. You cultivate it, and it's going to be a tree beyond your needs, meaning others could come and eat. So beyond the needs is for others. And B, what else does it mean? It means I'm also giving you the capacity to invest to get more. I'm not coming back because I gave you everything you need. Beyond what you need. So it's for others, partner. And then for you to invest to get more. So what we do, we eat it all. And then to my God, give me. You better go in your belly, go find that seed you ate. We were created with, stop. Okay, I gotta hurry up and teach this class because I'm going beyond, Lord. Matthew, go back to Matthew for me. What my Matthew scripture at?
Matthew 21.
What did I say?
Matthew
21. Is that said 21?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I said 20. Lord.
You said 21, but we could go to 20.
You said 25. I think.
No, that was
It's
Exodus
21.
25.
It said the next morning. Did it start with the next morning, 21 verse?
It says, and they were approaching.
Oh, right. Okay, so I missed my little scriptures. All right. It's missed. You look for it. I'm going to read it, and you look for it by word. Matthew something, 21 verse. In 21 verse. And the next morning, on his way back to the city, he felt hungry. This is Yeshua. In 19 verse, it's got to be 21, because that was 20. Matthew 21. And 20th verse. Is that right?
Matthew 21, 18.
18. Thank you. 18 verse. Oh, you good.
The
Read it.
next morning, on his way back to the city, he felt hungry.
Right? He felt hungry. All right.
Spotting a fig tree by the road, he went up to it, but found nothing on it except leaves. So he said to it, "May you never again bear fruit." And immediately the fig tree dried up.
Stop. Okay. So, he go, let me see if I can do a better tree. Hey. Okay. Now, here's the tree.
There we go.
All right. And then he said,
It's a tree.
Yeah, that's a tree.
all right.
There we go.
That's a palm tree.
There we go.
All right. It's the leaf.
Yeah.
That's a tree.
Now, I want you to see this. I'm so sorry. Yoga does that to me. Now, Yeshua came by the tree, and all he saw was leaves. He didn't see fruit, right? He didn't curse the branch or the leaves. He cursed the tree. Because the tree, having a branch, what was it? Having a branch by itself, which a lot of us do because you have the capacity to be a branch, but your branch have to be attached to the tree. So once the branch attached to the tree, now it's the tree responsibility to make sure that fruit come forth. Even though it's the branch that carries the fruit. A branch doesn't go around talking about, we have that. A branch of my, look at me with all this fruit. I can go out here and just plant myself and get some more fruit. And then when the branch disconnects itself, what happened?
It died.
Uh-huh. So when Yeshua came, it is your responsibility, tree. It is your responsibility, the source. It is the hospital responsibility to give what the doctor needs. The hospital is the one that's going to be responsible. When somebody come and sue the doctor, who pays who pays the people?
The hospital.
Excuse me?
The hospital.
Exactly. Does the doctor have to go in his pocket and pay them?
Yeah, insurance.
If somebody sued the attorney, who pays the people?
The law firm.
Because they're responsible to carry the insurance for that. So the one that's responsible, that's what Yeshua said, I'm going to curse you, I'm going to dry you up. Your responsibility as a branch is just to receive the source to bear fruit. But if the source doesn't release what you need, please tell me you understand. Tell me you understand. If the branch decided, you know what, I have an attitude and I ain't going to bear no fruit. It's the true responsibility to say, you know what, I need to cut you off. Because you're going to make me pay for the price. And then the branch start. And then here come the other one. Why you cut that branch off? Because I'm the one going to get dried up because they refuse to bear fruit. Do you see that? The capacity is in the tree. So I'd rather be a branch in the tree than be out here a branch by myself drying up my... Somebody help me. Even if you cut off a branch that looks real good, right? You can cut off branch of the tree and you put them in water and it looks real pretty. Even the roses, you cut them off, it look pretty, but for how long? So do I want to be a temporary fame, temporary beauty? Or do I want to permanently attach myself to receive the beyond my needs blessing? So you see this, beyond my needs, God doesn't bypass your need to bless others.
That's so deep. That was good. Yeah. That was good.
But if I am an answer, but the residue of that answer belongs to me. I flourish in the residue of being your answer. Am I not going to be taken care of? And see, the mind is fooling you because people mistranslating. I'm tired of being a blessing for everybody else. What about me? Wait. So you just call your dad a bad beat dad. He gonna take care of everybody. It's like having children you don't feed, but you feed everybody else's children. You don't take care of your house, you take care of somebody else's husband instead of yours. That don't sound right, does it? But that's what you just accuse your daddy of. I'm being everybody else's blessing. Could it be that you're unable to see or the manifestation of what he's providing for you? Yeah. And you're focusing on what you provide for somebody else. And when he snatch what he provided for you, and you go, and you go, then you go appreciate, oh, you did provide me life, health, and a sound mind. And because my blessing look different than what he provide your need, you get jealous and get mad. Because your need look different than my blessing. Oh, honey, I'm tired. Okay, y'all gonna get another invoice for $2,000 now. Cause that was good.
It was.
Write this invoice from Miss Andrea. Go ahead, send it, email it to her. And you keep comparing your need to my blessing. Didn't the scripture tell you to stop comparing yourself to other people? Didn't it? And you get tired being a blessing to somebody else. What about me? I'm just going to keep that for me. I'm going to keep that for me. Me. God, that's my blessing. Now, I'm not going to keep blessing you. What about me? Oh, ungrateful child. Ungrateful. Only the Father knows your need. He's your Father. He knows what you need. Right now, you need a sound mind. That's what you need.
Yes.
Me, I need a car. So you're going to bless me with a car. I ain't going to keep blessing her with a car. I need a car. Well, that's not what you need. That's what you want. Because if I take away your need, you're going to be in the 13th floor. That's the crazy floor in the hospital.
We know.
Do you see that? So is your mind shifting?
Yes.
It's supposed to shift. Don't let the wisdom become the dopamine of your life. Don't do it. Don't feel good. I sure appreciate you. Thank you. And then tomorrow you're the same old way. What? What just happened? I just need another dose again. What you said? Right here in my vein. What you said? Tell me what you said. Repeat it again. Repeat again. Whew, thank you. And then tomorrow, oh, what you said again? You need to get high again. Every time I see you, look like a crackhead. You keep wanting to get high. Nothing changes. Girl, when you gonna get off these dope? If much wisdom you receive, you should be transforming by what? By what? Everybody together?
The renewing of your mind.
Renewing of your mind. And when your mind is renewed, you can see it on the outside. Oh, looks like your mind has been renewed because you look different. You're making healthier choices now. All right, that's enough. Invoice 2,575. This is absolutely, any question? Don't forget to sign up for the class. When I tell you this class is going to be, the value of the class is so beyond what you're going to receive. But if you take it, here's what I say. The class is also part of my investment in humanity.
Wow.
So the value of the class, you're not being charged of it because the other part of that value I am investing. And I will see a great return. And I'm going to see my return before you see it. But the partnership is, and never accept. I want you to take the attitude of David. I don't want it for free. I want to invest. Because if you do something for free, or you do it for free, or you get it for free, you're not investing, so you're not getting any return. Right? Every time you invest, you get a return. That's the principle of life. So you keep getting free stuff, and then you looking like, what my return for what? What you put in? You into when I tell you, I think the last few times I said that in the ITC class, there's nothing that I have not invested. Not one thing, no partnership, no nothing I had to invest. That's why I am full of returns. Nothing, not one thing, I don't have nothing that was zero giving to me. But when I invest and walk in, okay, let me tell y'all this little testimony that just happened. Investing and became part of the National Speaker Association, right? And I get this text out of nowhere. Would you like to be part of our speaker circle? Yes, ma'am. And she called me, talked to me. And she said, because I own more than one business out there, and she keep going. And when she sent me her email, I saw, I was like, boy, that looks familiar. And I said, and I went on her and I said, wait a minute. I believe I know you. And she said, really? She started looking. She is she have a bridal show business. And I remember reaching out to her last year about her show. And that didn't flourish. But she was like, and we started looking at email. She said, oh my God. If I did not invest to enter that room, the connection would have never took place. She's the owner. And the people I was talking to was the manager. So I had the privilege to enter a new room. and will start talking about, giving me pointers and speaking. And then she said, I have a workshop coming up about wedding shows. Would you like to come? Yes, ma'am. And she said, you don't have to pay anything. What? Because you invested in this room.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
Do you? This is why I was like, you cannot let social media come to my child. Gospel for free, gotta live for free, live for free. Because there's a force behind it to keep you from receiving the fullness of who you are. Mm. Because you're gonna. Here you go. Okay. Oh, what is that word? What is hiss? What is that? What is the meaning? Hiss. Heist.
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 What's that?
To take over
When
something.
you take something like a heist.
Project.
Oh, I love it. I love it when I don't know something and I hear it. It's like, oh my God, I couldn't have came up with it. So it's a what?
Heist.
A heist, like a bank heist, where you get together a group, you go in, steal something, take something.
That's what that force is, to manipulate you to rob God. You can't. If you don't take that, they go another invoice. That force is released to keep you and to make sure you rob him. And how do you rob him? By going outside of his principle, going through the back door, going to the kitchen, get your hair done. And you go in the kitchen, get your hair done, and the people turn your hair yellow. You can't do nothing. You go in the back there and the doctor took out the wrong kidney and took out the wrong leg. You can't do nothing. Where you gonna sue? Who you gonna sue?
Can't sue nobody.
That's why that's why when you go, there's a difference between appointed court attorney than the attorney that you pay for.
Big difference.
Because the person that's paying them is in control of what they do. But you assume they're for you.
That's the word right there.
Come on. See, y'all got to stop that. Getting all that free cheese. That's clogging you up. And you just think it's okay. All this, I'm getting all this free so much. You didn't invest in nothing, so you have no say so. Your voice is silent. God, I was about to say something. Oh, Lord, help me. You keep getting these checks, these stuff. I paid you to silence you.
Oh yeah, you can't say nothing. Right.
You have no voice. You got my check. You accepted my check. So now you have no voice. So how much you worth?
Right.
Section 8? How much you worth? The owners of the house that you're not paying for, they've gotten together and said, we know how we could get richer. You own a house, don't worry. Voucher, you could live there. Money, voucher, money. You see that? So you'll never be part of this community. I bought you. Okay, this is another invoice, y'all. Y'all got 3 invoices up in here. Any question? Any question?
I don't have a question. I have a statement.
Yes, please.
This right here, my love. Oh, I'm sorry.
I happen to like my tree. Go ahead.
It's cute.
No, you were saying that if you don't make the investment, then you are silent. You have nothing to say. And what came to my mind is, being a silent partner. Sometimes when you make an investment in things or a company, you become a silent partner. So what I'm saying is you have still partnership. And though you may not say anything verbally out in the boardroom, but because you are a partner of that, you get back with like the owners of this thing and you still have your voice. And then the owners go back to the table with the board members, but still executing your voice. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that because I partnered with this thing, I still have a voice, though I may be silent right there in the boardroom. If that makes any sense. But
So in other words, what you're saying that the
nothing,
partnership could be in different branches in different places.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
And because I partnered, I have a voice. But when you said because I didn't make no investment in anything or that, I'm silent. I have no voice. I can't say anything.
That's very good. That's very good. That's a good understanding. Yes.
The thing you have to be careful about being a silent partner is because you have no voice, whatever the board say, you go with it, good or bad. So you have stolen if you don't invest.
Let me help you. Now here come that part that when you say silent partner, it depends on what does that mean to you, because you still have the authority to say, this is my negotiation in being a silent partner. So you don't have to accept it until you negotiate. Let me give you the example. And I became also a member of Dallas Professional Women, right? When I became a member, there was a memory of something else a few years ago that I was part of that was similar to it and didn't bring me any fruit. And it kept ringing in the back of my head. You sure you want to do that? Because remember what happened. You sure you want to do that? And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Normally we say, well, you know, that's a sign for me not to do it. Never mind. Me, I go further. I don't stop right there. I start searching. Okay, what's the reason why that memory? Because that memory, you know, it releases the emotion of that part of you. It doesn't mean that it's the same thing. But we stop that. We think it's the same thing. The reason it was coming up, it was to show me what the reason it was ineffective is because you did nothing. You became part and assumed that they're going to do for you. This time, you become part and put a demand of what you want. And let me tell you, did it work? Did it work? If that, I'm teaching you something. So this time, well, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. A negotiation. Because now I have to cultivate my seed to get what I want. Before, I just, the gate open and I just sit back like some of us and we just do for me. What you got for me? What's your benefit? If I'm participating in the negotiation. It's, you know, what can we do so we both could benefit from it? So this time I went in with a different mindset. I partnered with a different mindset, with negotiation. Did I not get more than what I need? Oh yes, it's different, and not because of them. It was because of me. It's because of what I know now. I know how to make it work for me and for you. When you negotiate, you just don't negotiate what you could gain. It's the cycle of value again. And that mindset. What can I do for you? And what you could do for me. We both gonna value from this. We're both going to benefit from it. It's the negotiation, even in a silent partner or different type of partnership. Even the partnership that you only own 49% doesn't mean, oh, because you own 51 or 50 and 52% of that, but you still have a voice because why? Of your investment. And don't get upset because your voice is silent sometimes. Like, no, we're not going to do that. Well, no, that's not that kind of party now. But your suggestion, and again, you're going to cultivate it, is how you bring the suggestions. No, we ain't going to do it like that because I ain't get my money. Like, man, would you write her a check for me? You see yourself right out of here. You see what I mean? It's how. It's important. You can finish your statement, please.
I mean, you stepped all into it
Oh.
because it's about the mindset. What type of, because you can still be a silent partner with a voice, or you could be I'm going to cultivate this relationship, or it could be a silent partner.
In other words, you could choose to have a voice or not.
Exactly.
It's your choice. It's how much you know.
Sit in silence if you want to.
Any other question?
I received a revelation
Yes.
as you were talking.
Yes.
You were mentioning about
Is the
building.
mic on?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
I'm talking.
You were speaking about building a tabernacle, and the analogy that you provided was he gave the order, and then you did it. You did the work, right? It brought me back to Genesis 1, when Yah created the heavens and the earth was formed and void, and darkness was upon the earth, but spirit, in the second verse, hovered. So it showed a partnership between Yahweh, the creator, and wisdom, right? And so what it showed me is that there was a oneness. See, when we a lot of the issues that we have, I believe, in walking together is that there's no oneness.
That's right.
And we have to have the mind. You know, we talk about what, and then let me just move forward so I don't go off into a tangent. And then you went to Exodus 28, and you said the scripture says, "I have give thee the spirit of wisdom." So it's like wisdom was the helper. You talked about being the helper. I gave the order. Moshe wasn't doing the work, but you, the helper, you're going to manifest the thing. So you, as Moshe, is like the type and shadow of the creator, and you, the body, the helper, is like the type and shadow of wisdom.
That's right.
Right? And so he's showing us the spirit of wisdom. She manifested the thing that I spoke, right? So then in 28 it says, "And I have given you the spirit of wisdom." Oh my goodness. To show you how to do it.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just went into
Exactly. I mean, that is really good. That is true. Because when you take that and you break it into small pieces and how you gather the wisdom or the partnership together, and that's how the Father, the Son, and the Spirit partner together, and then here come the creation of the world. Because they partnered and they came in agreement together, but everybody understood their part.
Right.
And the Father, the Son, and the Spirit understood their part. That was good.
And then you also, if I could just say this one more thing, then you think about the brain, because you were talking about the brain, and you know the world says, you know, they have this right brain, left brain kind of thing, right? And you know the right brain is supposed to be, I think.
And in my class, I'll explain that a little bit.
What she's gonna go over all of that stuff, but they have the masculine and the feminine side, is what they say, right? And so, you know, the scripture that comes to mind is, how can two walk together unless they be agreed? You got to get, when both of those minds come together, those wheels, emotions, and you know, then you have one. This is what Yeshua was talking about. Me and my Father are one. And so it's all about becoming one with Him. And I believe that this is the place that I'm reaching.
Yes.
It's like not separatism. Husband and wives can't come together and you got your mind and he got the other person got their mind.
That's right.
You got to come together and walk together as one.
That's right.
And so I believe that even in partnerships, we have the same mind, the same goal, right?
That's
you
right.
might have different members, but we're still one body.
Exactly.
You see? And so thank you. I'm gonna leave it there.
Good.
This
It's good.
is
It's
some good
true.
stuff.
And I like even with the example of the body, that each part have a different part, because my leg cannot play my arm, and I think that go back to the lunch and learn to stay in your lane.
Yeah, stay in your
Right?
lane,
Everything
yeah.
is just stay in your lane. Oh, don't be no feet today. You sick if you charge your feet today. So but I'm still one, and it makes me healthy.
Yes.
So when the division come, and that's what makes me unhealthy, because something is not in sync.
Yes.
So, and I believe in the lunch, and I was saying that, imagine if your your lungs decided I'm gonna be the heart, and if the brain decided I'm gonna go down there and be the kidney and have an affair with the kidney, and this is what that's why I don't like that word. Well, I don't say I don't like that. We use that word, we mistranslate the word liquid and tell me I don't be liquid, go in. So I'm not gonna go to my other lunch and learn, so I'm gonna stay right here.
They can watch
Part
on
two.
YouTube. Yeah.
That's right. Wait. Tune in Monday for part
Monday.
2.
There you go. Tune in Monday for part 2.
All right. Any other question? Statement? That's it. Well, thank you for joining us for another wonderful time at Shabbat. And I pray that every word, every wisdom is not your dopamine, but become your reality. And I speak that into manifestation, that wisdom become your reality. Have an absolutely wonderful Shabbat, and don't forget to rise your study. I see that.
May 30.
Yeah.
31.
And she pretty. Yeah.
Class dates.
What is it?
Class dates.
The date is May 30th
And 31.
and 31st. All right. It could be in person or online. All right. So, and don't forget to get the School of Thought book. All right. Take your thought back to school. So I will see you in class, and check out the Lunch and Learn on Monday and Friday.
Mondays and Fridays.
All right. Those little nuggets. You know how when you're hungry, you could just pick up a little nugget and eat. That's what Lunch and Learn is. Pick up your little nuggets and run. All right. Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Thank you for joining us.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.